Here we go. A beautiful day in Hervey Bay. Just about 9 o'clock, 20 degrees, and the last day of winter, 31st of August 2023. We've had spring weather for a couple of weeks now. Cool nights down to about 13 degrees and warm days about 24 degrees centigrade. It's a great place to live. My wife and I have lived in this over 50s village for 17 years now. It's called an over 50s village, but most people are over 70. I'm 77 and I've been riding bikes since 2006, but I've only had this e-bike for about 3 to 4 months. Even though it's an e-bike, I quite often ride in manual. I'm riding in manual at the moment because it's only a slight incline here. We're supposed to be riding at 10 kilometres an hour, which is very difficult to do. I'm doing about 14 at the moment. See, most cars don't give way to cyclists. That's why I mainly ride on tracks or pathways. Feel much safer not going along with cars, just sticking to the paths. Before I get underway, just to the right here, I stop this time of the year to feed the magpies. It's magpie swooping season here in Australia, and they love swooping cyclists and pedestrians, so I try to pacify them with a slice of bread. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll give it a go anyway. He usually spots me and comes swooping in. Morning. Morning. Can't see him yet. It's the male birds that swoop. They're protecting their nests, which have got eggs in them. And they do it for about 6 weeks, and then they leave us alone. No, can't see him this morning, so I'll leave the bread there and get on my way. Here he is, he's just come down to eat. Still in manual. I've turned the power on but haven't used pedal assist yet. I just come to a stop down here when I go onto the road, and I usually cross intersections or crossroads in manual gear. When I first got the e-bike, I found it tend to surge when I was crossing the road, so I feel safer crossing in manual. That's as much road biking as I do. I get back onto the path again now, and most of this trip will be, like I said, on pathways or tracks. Still in manual. I found I don't use the thrust much on the e-bike, just the pedal assist. It's got 6 speeds. When I'm going to pedal assist 6, it's almost as powerful as the thrust or accelerator. Gives you a real good boost. I'll probably show you later on. I went around this bend, got a bit of an incline, so I'll go into pedal assist. Pedal assist 4 makes it very nice going up these inclines. Morning guys. Looks like the council are cutting the grass up here. I'll have to give them a bit of leeway. Back down to manual. Morning mate. Nobody coming that way. And here we are. This is called the mobility track. The council provided this for those who don't want to interact with cars, like cyclists, mobility scooters, e-scooters, and of course pedestrians. It's well used, well appreciated. Also used by dog walkers. Just letting him know I'm there. Morning. I've had no worries with dogs. Most people have them on leads. If you give them a bit of a bell ring, they usually call the dog to their side. This is the first section where I can actually stretch out a bit. That's pedal assist 5 and I'm in 5th gear. I'm doing about 29 kilometers an hour. Back to 0 pedal assist as I ride parallel to this main road. This can be a busy road in the mornings. Got to watch this fella on the left here. He'll turn now. Back up to pedal assist 3, up this incline. This is where the e-bikes really come into their own. I still pedal, still get plenty of exercise, but these pedal assists can make it so much easier going up these inclines. I've gone back to pedal assist 0 again. I've got to cross the road here. Mary to Bay Rail Trail. Talk about that more later. Nothing on the right. The council have put this crossing just in the right place. You can see a good 600 metres either way, so it's a very safe crossing there. This is one of my favourite stretches for 2 reasons. Go up the gears, go to pedal assist 4. You might notice these trees either side. Council put them there about 3 months ago. There's over 40 of these trees, and eventually they'll throw shade over this section of the track. Beautiful little trees. Be interested to see how they go in spring. Pedaling about 25 kilometres per hour at the moment, which is just nice. Nice cool breeze. Another bit of an incline, so I'll go up pedal assist 5. Pedal assist off again to 0. Got a bit of a bend here. On the right, that building is the Hervey Bay Hospital. Great facility in our town. As most hospitals, overused, overcrowded, but we found them very good in our village. You got a problem, you ring 000. They come within 5 minutes. Now this is the only traffic lights I have to go through. Again, I go down to 0 pedal assist. Even though I got a wing mirror, I stop here to make sure nobody's coming around in this lane. No, that's all right. My turn. I always feel safe when I get here because this is where the track truly begins. The bay to rail track. The bay is Hervey Bay, and eventually the track will go from Hervey Bay to Maryborough, which is the town nearest to us, about 30k away. As you'll see later, this track won't go that far, but the council's working on it and time will tell. Okay, pedal assist on, bit of an incline, up to gear 4. Quite a bit of bird life here, thanks to the trees. Good to see. This is semi-rural. People on 1.5 acres. Further down becomes just a bit more rural. That's where we're likely to see possibly kangaroos, possibly snakes. I've got a lot of respect for animals, so I don't fear them. If I see them, I stop. Let them have right of way. It's a lovely track where you can stretch out. I'm doing nearly 30 kilometres per hour here. That's with the help of going downhill. I think the pedal assist is set at 25, which is the maximum you can ride e-bikes in Australia. I think fellow cyclists. Morning. Morning. They tell me people live in other places. I don't believe it. This is living. Exercise, beautiful weather, pleasant people, magic. Hervey Bay, Queensland, Australia. You beauty. This windmill on the left usually gives me the wind direction, but it looks as though it's not going round at the moment. But I'd say we're getting the wind from the southeast, which comes off the ocean. Oh, it's more southerly. Hervey Bay gets most of its breezes off the southeast, the Pacific Ocean, and in summer it's what helps to keep our temperatures relatively cool. I say relatively. We get a bit high humidity December through to February. That's when we have to use our air conditioners. But spring coming up, the next 3 months, it's probably the best time of the year. Minimum 15 degrees, maximum 25, tends to be the norm. Okay, I'm going to switch my pedal assist to 0 again. Let these people know I'm here. Thank you, my dear. These cars on the left are all lined up going to a popular coffee shop. I haven't been there yet. But my wife and I will go there and check it out. Very popular with cyclists. Morning. Now the track as I know it ends just down here. There's a local bike group which have done some maintenance on tracks, and they've provided a good service for about 11 kilometres of the track, but the problem is getting to it. This barrier says end of road, and if I want to continue I have to go on a goat track, which is some parts only about 60 centimetres wide, and I don't feel fully confident doing that. So stop here and have a gulp of water. This road is the Hervey Bay to Maryborough Road. It's got a 100 km/h speed limit, and I know most cyclists don't feel safe riding on it. That includes me. But the council is hoping to continue this track in front of me, go to the left and go up to a place called Pickford Lane, which enables you to cross this highway, and then you can carry on towards Maryborough. I've still got to check that out. Okay, I'll do my return journey, and shortly you'll see just why I got an e-bike. Nice and flat here, so I'm staying in manual. Sometimes see ducks along here, but not today. Oh, there they are over near that pond. Hello again. There on the left, that's that cafe I was talking about. There's just a few cars there. Don't look as any. Oh, yeah, a couple of bikes there. Popular spot. Must check it out. Like another couple walking their way up to there. We've done a few travels around Australia, all except for Western Australia. Beautiful places to see. Here we go. Now this is a steady incline of about, I think it's 1.5 to 2 kilometres, and this is what convinced me to get an e-bike. I'll just go into Pedal Assist 3 for the moment, but it just steadily rises and rises, and on a manual bike you tend to be pushing a bit towards the end. Whereas with the pedal assist, it's a breeze. And as I said, still getting exercise, still pedaling. And I find I bike more since I've had an e-bike. Push it up to 4. See new housing estates on the right. They've fortunately for them, unfortunately for a lot of us, they've replaced some of the strawberry farms, sugarcane, other small industries around the place, and they're cropping up quite a few places. Hello again. We sometimes see parents bringing their toddlers out on this track, their first bike riding experience. Good to see. This is what happens when I go to paddle assist 6. Still paddling. And down to paddle assist 5 now. That was very pleasant. Morning. Don't see many of those nowadays. And back to paddle assist 0. Downhill all the way to the main road and up to the traffic lights, so I won't need paddle assist for a short while. Okay, pedal assist 3, just to take me up this little pinch of a hill, nothing much. The private hospital over there, St Stephen's. I think that's as busy as Hervey Bay Hospital. Take to one of my favourite sections again. As you can see, nice clear vision, nobody on the tram. Which pedal down a bit. This track's been quieter this morning as it normally is. I quite often see a few cyclists. Don't see many mobility scooters. The e-scooters, young kids who are probably in school by now. Don't see many pedestrians today either. Okay, my favourite setting, crossing a road, 0 pedal assist, manual gear 3. As you can see, got good vision to the right. And good vision to the left too. I'll go across here because he's the only one. Thank you. This is a good section going back to get a partial shade when it warms up. Just let him know I'm there. Morning. Morning. I try to say good morning to most people, if they make eye contact, I'd say out of 100, well over 90 reply. The few that don't, well, they might have life issues that I'm not aware of, so I don't put a downer on them. Woody, just keep saying good morning. Gets my day off to a good start. Good to see people talking. Looks like the old fella's sitting in a chair in the garden and the young fella's gone up to talk to him. Good to see. Now, I found unless I've got a strong wind from somewhere, I don't use my pedal assist again till I get home. Well, I don't use it then either. This is just, I'm in manual gear 4 and steadily driving home, safe speed. So the council's cut the grass along here, which makes it better. We've got a very good progressive local council. They've done a lot for pedestrians and cyclists, and I hope to do another bike ride showing you what our esplanade is like along the bay, where the council recently, well I say recently, in the past they've cut down a lot of offending shrubs so that anybody anywhere on the esplanade can see the sea. Sounds a simple thing, but it just gives it a good ambience. Magpie up on the pole. No, he's not going to bother me, I don't think. G'day, mate. This is one of the few things that annoy me. Coming along to an entrance to a shopping centre. This is a service road, tradies only. Find people who go shopping and come out here. They drive up to the road, they don't see who's on the pathway. Really annoying sometimes, but that's what life's about. Safely up on the pathway again. That's a crow, noisy crow. Morning. He's a good fella. If he sees me coming along, he steps onto the grass. So I've got the pathway. I don't know if this lady will. She looks as though she might. Morning. And here we are, back to the village. As I was saying before, most people in this village are in their 70s or 80s. We came in here with a lot of other baby boomers in the early 2000s, all in our 60s. Tennis court, lawn bowls, darts, pool, snooker, table tennis. It's got the lot. Got two pools. That's an outdoor pool. The one we just passed on the left is an indoor heated pool, mainly for those who want to get a bit of exercise. Say heated, it's warm, which is just right for exercising. Don't want it too hot. Well, I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. This is my first video. I hope it'll give a bit of pleasure to some people, and hopefully I'll do another one around Hervey Bay.